Do you have a career gap of 2 years, maybe 5 years? Or perhaps you are not from the IT background at all. Maybe you're worked in banking, accounts, sales, teaching, operations, manufacturing, or even a Gulf-based job. And now you are thinking about moving into IT. It's that you, there is a probability one question running through your mind: is it too late for me? Will companies even consider me anymore? Can I really restart my career after such a long gap? Today, I'm not going to give you a motivational speech, and I'm definitely not going to tell you that if you take a 3 months course, you immediately land a high paying IT job, because that's not how the real world works. But I will tell you something important: a career gap does not end your career. A non IT background does not block your future. A comeback is absolutely possible, but only if you understand how the market really works. There are a lot of subscribers who knows about me, but if you just give a quick intro, the people who knows me can go to the next session. I'm MVK. I have more than 25 years of experience in the IT industry, worked in Middle East majority of my life, the senior positions. Over the years, I have seen thousands of professionals at different stages of my career, and I have selected and groomed and positioned them. One thing I have consistently observed is that people rarely fail because of the gap itself. They fail because they don't understand how to rebuild after the gap. Let's break one of the biggest myths first. Companies do not reject people simply because they have a career gap, and what companies really ask is, can this person add value today? Whether your gap is 2 years or 5 years is not their primary concern. What matters is whether your skills are still relevant, whether you are willing to learn, and whether you can contribute to the business. Let me give you a realistic example. Let's say there is a professional named Rajesh who came from an accounts background. Due to personal circumstances, if he had a career gap of nearly 4 years, initially, he believed that if he completes a data analytics course, companies would immediately hire him as an analyst. But that's not what happened. The course did not magically get him a senior role. It did not instantly bring back his old salary either. What the course did was give him a straight point. He combined his account knowledge with newly acquired Power BI skills. He built financial dashboards, updated his LinkedIn profile, and created a portfolio of practical work. Eventually, a company hired him, not as a senior analyst, but as a business power user on a contract basis. Why? Because he already understood finance processes. The technical skills were new, but the business knowledge was valuable. He spent next 8 to 12 months gaining the practical experience. After that, he moved into analyst role, which he was looking for. A year later, he secured a permanent position with a greater responsibility. Today, he is no longer talking about his career gap. He's talking about career growth. And that's a key lesson. A course does not directly lead to a dream job. A course creates an entry point. That entry point creates experience. Experience creates opportunities, and opportunities creates career growth. The same principle applies to people coming from non-IT background as well. A teacher does not become an AI architect overnight. An accountant does not become a senior SAP consultant overnight. A warehouse supervisor does not become a solution architect overnight. But but listen carefully, an HR professional can move into HR system support role. A finance professional can become a SAP power user. An operations professional can transition into business analyst support role. A manufacturing professional can move toward an SAP MM or supply chain support positions. These are business linked roles. You understanding, right? Basically, you are using a bridge in between. The goal is not throw away your previous experience. The goal is build on top of it. The existing domain knowledge is often your biggest advantage. So how do you actually make a comeback? The first step is choosing a direction. One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to learn everything at once. AI, cloud, cybersecurity, data analytics, SAP, testing. Trying to chase all of them only creates confusion. Never do that. I have created a lot of videos on all these areas. Spend time and understand each area first. You can check in my channel. Choose one lane and focus on it. The second step is committing to a structured learning plan. Give yourself at least 90 days of focused effort. Even 2 hours a day can make a significant difference. If you are consistent, definitely you can make it. Don't focus only on collecting certificates. Focus on understanding concepts and gaining practical skills. Now, coming to the third step is creating proof. A resume that says you have skill, it's not enough. You need projects, you need case studies, you need to demonstrate what you can actually do. When a recruiter sees evidence of your capability, the conversation changes completely. Okay, so just make sure, do some kind of projects. It is very, very common in the market, and you will get this kind of dummy projects when you are getting training. At least try to adapt some internship programs and try to do these dummy projects. That's very, very important. You need to be part of the programs and projects so that you can show them. A lot of institutions offer this. The fourth step is looking for a bridge opportunity. This is where many people fail because they are waiting for a perfect role. They're not ready to take a smaller role. When I say smaller, just be careful. I'm not talking about smaller in terms of the actual job. I'm talking about in terms of money, in terms of the kind of designation you're looking for. Always remember, the perfect role rarely comes first because it will be going to the free experienced people, right? A contract role, internship, support position, power user role, freelance assignment, or returnship program may be the bridge that get you into the market. Don't underestimate the power of a bridge role. This is the one, the example which I given you earlier. That's how it has happened. It is, by the way, it is not an example. It is a real incident which I've seen. I just changed the name. Many successful careers restart through these opportunities. Okay, then the next one, the fifth one is the networking. In today's market, referrals are often more powerful than applications. First of all, you reconnect with your former colleagues, build your LinkedIn presence, join professional communities, participate in industry discussions. Many opportunities never appear on the job portals. Please note that they move through networks and referrals. And I can proudly say that a lot of my positions, in fact, all are got through network only. And here is another reality that many people don't want to hear. A comeback does not always mean returning immediately to your previous salary, title, and the comfort zone. Sometimes you need to take one step back in order to move two steps forward. The people who succeeded are usually the ones who focus on long term growth rather than short term egos. So let me leave you with one final thought. Whatever you have a 2 years gap, a 5 years gap in non IT background, or you are starting again at 35 or 40 years old, the biggest problem is not gap. The biggest problem is having no direction. The biggest problem is stopping your learning. The biggest problem is refusing to adapt the market realities. I won't promise that 3 months course will instantly get you a high paying IT job, but I will tell you this. If you choose the right skill, build practical proof, enter through a bridge rule, and stay consistent for 1 to 2 years, a career comeback is absolutely achievable. A career gap is not at all a full stop, it's just a comma in your life. And the next chapter is still waiting to be written. If this message resonates with you, tell me in the comments how many years is your career gap. Is it 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, Or are you trying to move from non-IT background into IT? I would like to hear your story and want to respond back and want to suggest if you have any blockers. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with somebody who is needed. We'll catch up one more interesting video down the line. All the best for now. Bye bye.